And welcome to
Secret Conversations with my teacher. Why are you laughing?
Because I said conversations.
Welcome back to
2026. No, let's start it again.
Hello guys.
3, 2, 1.
Hello guys.
Welcome to...
Hello guys and
welcome back to
Secret Conversations with my teacher.
Mwah!
Hi.
Hey.
Lord, I don't even know where to begin.
It's happening.
It's happening.
So,
We are back for another year. It is our first episode of 2026.
2026! Can you believe that? Seriously, where did 2025 go?
I don't know.
Oh well.
I really don't. I would really like to just forget about
Delete.
last year. Literally.
It's done.
Erased.
Moving on, we are now...
She's in the past and that's
Yes.
where she needs to stay.
Can you tell the audience who am I today?
You are Julia Fitzpatrick. I am Felicia Miller.
Yes.
And if you do not know who those characters are, that is okay.
But where were you back when it was made? Do you know actually what year it was made in?
I think it was 2010.
There you go. So where were you in 2010?
If you haven't figured out what today's episode is, we are doing
Valentine's Day! The movie. Well, and the theme of Valentine's Day too.
Correct.
But we're basing our attire from the movie, Valentine's Day.
So my role is Felicia Miller, played by Taylor Swift, if you
Can't already
couldn't
tell.
tell.
You're rocking it, I must
Thank
say.
you.
Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful.
I don't have Taylor Swift's personality.
But you do have her eyes.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
I have heard a few people say that
You-
they're like, oh, you're a
yeah.
celebrity lookalike is Taylor Swift.
You
and I'm like,
definitely are. When you rocked up,
Okay.
I was like, for that
you're
split
like, oh my gosh,
second.
Taylor Swift is at my door.
The crazy thing is, for like very split second, that's what you look like. I was like, you look like Taylor, like not realizing it was you, just for that
Yeah.
split second, being like,
But
you
like
look like
old Taylor, like
yes,
country
yes,
type Taylor.
yeah, that's right.
And your character, Julia Fitzpatrick, is
Yes.
played by Jennifer Garner.
Yeah,
who
whom
is-
I love. I've
I
always loved
love her too.
She's such a classic.
Yeah.
And just a really.
And she's the teacher in the film.
So
Surprise, surprise.
that's right. All right. So if you can't tell already, let's be clear and get it out there.
Valentine's Day sucks.
Not for everyone.
Anyone who's single will
That's
tell you
not
Valentine's
true.
Day sucks.
I have spent more Valentine's Days single, and do you know the best Valentine's Days have been when I've been single? No expectations.
Well, you're just a little one-off then.
That's right, I'm one in a lifetime.
Okay, someone's got a big head.
Well, we all know that though. I tell you what, we only live one life. You might as well embrace every element. And I'm no longer going to hold on to insecurities anymore. I am who I am, and I'm okay with that.
I love that for you. Wish I had that mindset.
That's okay, we'll get you there. And that's the whole idea of the podcast. Honestly, is we want to help you get to the position where you are happy inside and out in every moment of your life. When I say that, I mean, obviously hard things are going to come,
Yeah.
but you are facing them with a stronger mindset.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to coach you through the icky gray area stuff and give you tools in order to how to overcome challenges
Yeah.
and become the best version of you, which is, it can be a reality. I think some people get into it, they get stuck thinking that life is tough, hard, difficult, and it would never get any better.
Yeah.
But that you can move past that into a life of freedom. I have done this, and I'm very passionate because there have been some tragedies in our world where women haven't been able to break free from that. And it is very, very hard to see and watch. So that is why we are truly passionate helping women find
Love themselves.
Love themselves,
Yeah.
yes.
There are ways that you can still celebrate Valentine's Day even when you're single. One of the best ways I
Yes.
love doing it is Galentine's.
Yes, it's definitely a thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love Valentines.
Yeah, me too. You grab all your single girls, you dress up, go to dinner, do an activity if you want, like go to a movie, go bowling, mini golf, I don't know.
There's so many different
100,000.
ways that you can celebrate Valentine's Day.
Buy your best friend a bunch of flowers and chocolates and spoil them.
Do you want to know a story? I haven't actually shared this with you, but when I was in year 12, I'd only been at a school for 2 years, and another friend of myself, we decided that we were going to write a whole lot of anonymous love letters to every single person in our class.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
And we put it in all of their bags, and we got all different people like in our world.
But you didn't have lockers back then, did you?
No, we didn't have lockers, so we put them in their bags, and
We did,
Yeah,
but I don't think any of us used them.
really,
Yeah.
I would love
We weren't allowed
lockers.
to decorate them.
Really, that's sad. I would have.
know. We're like,
loved
what's the
that.
point of having a locker then?
Yeah, well, to house your stuff, but I love decorating
Yeah.
little spaces.
As soon as we found out we were getting lockers, we were like, oh, we get to decorate them. And then they were like, no, you can't.
Yeah, that's a bit sad because that's part of your personality.
No, but that's
yeah.
a really, really good idea. Like,
Yeah.
I love that. You
Yeah,
know?
and no one knew
I think-
for so long who it was. Yeah.
I don't think it was my grade, but I know, like, in past years, like, there were girls who, like, bought single roses and they gave it out to all the girls in the
See,
grade. And I was
think
like,
that's-
that's so sweet.
Honestly, it is
Yeah.
an expression of love. It definitely doesn't have to be a romantic kind of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In saying that, do you think the romantic side is a bit over-commercialized? Like, do you think Valentine's Day in general is over-commercialized? I do.
Look,
Maybe that's because I'm single, but...
see, but question, if you weren't single... But I've got, on the flip side of that, if you were in a relationship, would you still be saying the same thing? Or would you be loving it?
I'm just trying to think back to when I was in a relationship.
No,
whether I
well, if you
whether
were
no,
in the
whether I
relation-
thought the same thing or not. I think I did. I think probably because I was probably more into it than he was.
Yes.
But
If you were in a loving relationship and you knew that there was a possibility that he was going to spoil you or do something nice for you on Valentine's Day, would you be looking forward to it or not?
But I feel like your partner should be doing that on a occasional basis anyway. Like surprising you with flowers and, your favorite chocolate or lolly or...
Are you
know.
sure?
Yeah, I think that's nice. Like it doesn't have to be every day, but like once every now and then, little...
Is that an expectation or
I
about
think
how you
so.
should be treated?
It's more of I think for me, it's more of an appreciation thing. It's like, look, I know, we fight, we argue, life gets busy, this happens and that happens. But, it's like, I do appreciate stuff that you do for me. I do, this is my way of showing I do love you. I do see you,
Okay, but coming back to the question, if you were in a loving relationship and you knew that he was sure to be able to spoil you or sure that he was going to do something out of the blue that was different,
oh, heck yeah, do it.
would you be excited for Valentine's Day?
I think so. And I'm pretty sure I was excited for Valentine's Day when I was in a relationship.
Yes. So that really shows that you do enjoy the concept of Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I don't personally have any problem with
Like
Valentine's
I said,
Day.
I'm just a lonely, miserable spinster at the moment. So I'm like, nah, Valentine's Day sucks. I'm not a spinster. Not yet.
So what are you going to do when you're 30 and you're not in a relationship or married?
Okay. So I told my parents this, that if I am still not married by the time I turn 30, I'm going on Married at First Sight. Which I'm currently watching at the moment. I'm watching season 6, which is a big season for the show.
Yes.
If you've seen the show, yeah, that was Cyrell, Elizabeth. There's a lot of... That's their season. So I'm currently watching... I'm waiting for this year's season to drop. I'm currently watching, season 6 while I'm waiting. And I'm like... Do I really want to put myself through this?
I personally wouldn't, but that's me. That's so much drama. But I mean,
they
it would be
have
kind of
to
fun.
create drama, otherwise the
they
show
don't.
doesn't get ratings.
That's right.
Because I remember I was talking to a few of them on a live stream once
Oh wow.
Yeah, like
That's
I was just
kinda cool.
just
Yeah.
commenting, asking questions, and they were like responding.
Yes.
And they, a lot of the time, they were like, yeah, if the especially the dinner parties, they were like,
Yeah.
if it's too quiet, the producers would be like, someone start a fight, someone starts something, like cause some
Yes.
drama. Like they're like,
Yeah.
this is boring. We need some ratings here.
Yes.
So then I'm like, okay,
Yeah, that's right. It is fabricated and
yeah.
enforced and
In saying that, like, there have been couples that have stayed together, like, come out of the experiment and stayed together, and, you know, it's the same as, like, the show The Bachelor. You know,
Yeah.
there have been couples to come out of that and
Yes.
still together to this day. And
yes. Yeah. Yeah, I know that there's opportunity everywhere.
it's like dating apps. Some people, my
Yes.
friend and her fiance met on a dating app.
Yes.
And now they are happily engaged, you know, they
Hmm.
bought a house together and...
Yeah. I know it can happen
Yeah.
anywhere, anytime, any place.
Is a dating app good for a Christian?
That's a very good question. Very good. Yeah, I want to know what people have to say about that.
Yeah.
And we can revisit that.
I know there are, like, Christian dating apps out there
Oh,
as well.
there's heaps, and I know quite a few people who've
Yeah.
been on them. And personally, it's not for me. But then,
But like
who
you said,
am
you're
I?
not
That's
you're
right.
not looking. So
who am I to speak on something that
What,
I'm
yeah,
not
like
invested
why would you join
in?
a dating app if you're not looking?
Exactly. And so that's right. I'm careful now of
Yeah.
my opinions on areas or topics that I'm not emotionally invested in.
Yeah.
If I'm invested, it would be different if it's about something that I'm I'm passionate about, or
Yeah.
if I've experienced myself and I have personal experience, then I feel like I have an ability to be able to speak on that subject. But if I don't, then I really shouldn't
Yeah.
voice my personal opinions, because I don't have.
But you're entitled to your own opinion.
I am, but I don't want to make somebody else feel judged.
Yeah. I think it's more like, it's probably really important just to emphasize, well, this is me
Yeah.
personally. Like, this is what I wouldn't go on a dating app
Yes.
but, you know, you do you.
That's right. And at the end of the day, I love what you said. You do you. You decide what you believe, and you stick with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Who
Okay.
taught you what love is supposed to look like, and did you ever question it?
Who taught me? Well,
Dun, 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 dun,
Well,
dun, dun,
when you
dun.
think about it, we inherit our perception of love from movies, people we know, our parents, societal expectations.
And I feel like half the time the people teaching us are still figuring it out themselves.
You nailed that. You nailed it. And
Which is really crazy because, like, I remember, like, when, you know, we were talking about, you know, like, past experiences stuff. I had no idea what you were going through when you were my teacher. And
yes.
I suppose, because it's not something that you share with your 12-year-old students.
No,
But, like,
it's definitely not. No. To give context.
you probably wouldn't even share that with your 17-year-old students, let alone
No.
your 12-year-olds.
Oh,
But, like,
definitely no.
No, but it's like you never would have thought that, you know, like your teacher has a life outside of school, or like they have their own problems and their own stuff going on outside of the school.
Yes, and that's the thing, just to provide context, because if you didn't know, when I was teaching Renee, I was going through a very unhealthy relationship that was not good for either of us who was in the relationship, and it was very heart-wrenching, and it was a hard year. And here I was having to present myself as someone who had everything together. I was young, I didn't have an identity at the time, I was still forming it, and then here I am having to try and guide you girls through this season of your life.
Yeah.
And it is very true, the people who are teaching and creating this worldview of love, they're still figuring it out themselves. And so that's why...
It comes back to that word that you got from that scripture from God, which talks about what you reap, you will sow.
What you sow, you will reap. Yes. So prior to the show, Renee and I were talking, and when I was teaching Renee I had this word from God, and it was very clear, and he said, what you sow, you will reap in their lives. As in, I had to be very careful with how I conducted myself in the relationship that I was in, because my actions were going to be displayed then and carried on through the girls that I was teaching, because they were looking to me as an example.
Yeah.
Yes, but it is very true. We
Yeah.
inherit subconsciously what love is meant to look like from our parents, from our teachers, from people around us.
I was just going to say, I feel like the first initial, like, physical form of love that you see from anyone starts with your parents.
Yes.
Whether it be good or bad, that's where it starts.
Yes, they display.
Yeah, if you grow up, you know, like, it's, you know, in a broken home, you know, you're raised by a single parent, I think that's when you start looking towards movies and TV shows and other things like that to find out what love is. But half the time, that is very fabricated. In a way, it can be like that, but at the same time, love is so much deeper than what is displayed on the screen.
Yes.
It's so, like, love and relationships, they're all about hard work. They take a lot of forgiveness, a lot of rebuilding, learning. You know, you're always learning things about yourself and your partner.
Yes, yes.
And it's a matter of, like, okay, actually staying and be like, yes, let's work this out. Let's let's work on this. Let's, you know,
move through it rather than getting stuck in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I feel like a lot of people now, as soon as the little bit of inconvenience happens, they walk away. They're not willing to really work on the relationship and, you know, try and make it last, I guess.
Do you know one thing that when you first asked me this question, I was thinking about? So if we pick up the perception of love through our parents, how we see them interact, our family, you know, extended family, everybody around us, and it also social media, movies.
Yeah.
If we're absorbing what love is meant to be like,
Yeah.
it actually means that we have the ability to then change the script, because we do not have to follow follow the same path that everybody else has followed. So if we have created a negative form of what love is, the great news is that we don't have to go down that road. We can change it. We can define it and create the pathway that we want it to look like. But it is very careful to be aware of where you're getting the expectation of what love is. Because the expectation itself can cause a lot of damage to relationships. Just when you were talking about before about how you would expect or desire a man to be able to, you know, every once in a while show you love through flowers, show you love through getting a gift, or just maybe getting a lolly or something and showing love. What would happen if you were in a relationship and that was not his love language?
Well, that's the other thing, is figuring it out. Like, if you're not a gift giver or even a gift receiver, it's finding out, okay, how do I show my partner through my love language and their own
Yes.
that I do love them and I do appreciate it. If it's words, you know, like, it's constantly reassuring them, it's constantly telling them. If it's through actions, then, you know, obviously actions speak louder than words.
Yes.
You know, like acts of service. It could be something simple like just doing the dishes for them, or, you know, just picking up the laundry. And
yes.
my love language has actually changed over the years.
Yes.
Which I have noticed that about myself. And
Yeah.
And the thing that I found, especially with my ex, it was hard to try and accommodate to their love language.
Yes. As in, you found it hard to show love the way that they received love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because his love language is very, very different from mine.
Yes.
And not that it was a bad thing, and I didn't mind occasionally, but
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of the time I was like, I'd rather you. Yeah.
You would rather, but you can't ever expect it because
Yeah,
you
because a
can't
relationship
control.
is about give and take. It's not
Yes.
just take or
No.
give.
No, that's right. It's
There has to be
generally-
that balance.
Yes.
I was just going to say before, as Christians, you know, obviously if you grow up in a Christian household, we are taught that true love, like real true love, comes from God. And it started when Jesus died on the cross, you know.
Yes.
And it comes back to the verse, for God so loved the world that he gave his
Wow.
only son.
Yes.
But I feel like on the other end as well, like if you're growing up in a household that like kind of is a bit broken, you kind of almost get to a point where you kind of almost believe that love doesn't really exist, or like it's because what you've been presented to as what love is, like that's what you
Perceive it to be.
and that because it's familiar to you.
That's right.
You know, like if you grow up in a bit of an abusive type household, or like there's always you know, always yelling, always degrading, always, you know, just very negative.
Yes.
You almost start to be, oh, okay, this is what love is.
Yeah,
Or
you
like,
learn to
like
excuse.
you almost start to believe that's normal.
That's right.
And then when you see another household that's the polar opposite, you're very shocked about it. You're like, oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's why we can never judge another person's
Absolutely
idea
not.
of what love is. A point I do just want to touch on before we go on to the next topic is the fact that getting back to the heart of the question, which was who taught you what love is supposed to look like, and did you ever question it? We have come to the agreement that our perception is often based on social media and movies, and therefore we have this idea of what it should look like in our head about grand gestures. And
I think because we're physically looking at it.
that's true. We're consuming
yeah.
that. We're thinking about it, and it's absorbing into us.
Yeah, and it sticks in our mind.
That's right, because it's a visual.
Yeah.
And we can watch it over and over and over and over again, which then solidifies
and seeing it physically, it makes you desire that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it's also the highlight reel of what it should be. And so we don't see all of the boring, mundane, everyday
You don't
stuff.
see you only get a glimpse of like the bad bits. You get to the climax of the movie where you know something bad happens, they have a falling out, they split up for a little while, and then
and then you see it coming back together and being beautiful in the end, and we expect that. But we've got to remember that the Bible tells us to not conform to the patterns of this world, but to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. And therefore what that means is that we need to get our perception of what love is from the Word of God.
Yeah, there's so much about love in the Bible. Like, oh my gosh.
The Bible is the greatest love story ever written.
I've literally been like reading about love in the Bible at the moment, and I'm like, far out.
I mean,
I'm like, I know nothing about love. I really don't.
you just live in Psalms for a little while and
Yeah.
feel the intensity of love. God created love. He is love.
Yeah.
He knows every facet of it. He knows how we're feeling in every part of our love story, whether or not it's we're brokenhearted, or if we're at the height of our love story. He knows.
I love coming back to the scripture in Corinthians. Love is patient, love is kind. I remember I saw this thing once, or it might have been someone who told me, it's if you're in a relationship, you replace the word love with the person's name. And everything, like, especially for Christian relationships, everything about the description should align with that person. So it's like, oh, so-and-so is love, so-and-so is patient, so-and-so is kind.
Okay, so is that what you're praying for them, or is that a filter to be able to see if they're displaying what?
I believe it's more so like it's what they're displaying.
Okay, so that's a good way to be at when you're looking at whether or not to tie yourself to them in a marriage circumstance to see, Are they displaying what love is? But it's all, I think on the flip side, it's very important to put our own name in there.
Yes.
Are we displaying?
Am I displaying patience, kindness?
Yes.
Which also comes back to the fruits of the Spirit as well.
That's exactly right. And that's what because we are only ever responsible for our own actions and our own attitudes and the way that we show up. We're never ever responsible for somebody else. But we want to be careful to make sure that we're going to tie ourselves with somebody who is displaying the fruits of the Holy Spirit, who they're not going to be perfect. We have to have that.
I think if there is little gaps in there, start praying over that as well. Like if you,
that's great.
For example, if your person's not, has little, very little patience, start praying. Okay, God, give him the opportunity. Coming back. Have you ever seen the movie Evan Almighty with Steve Carell?
Okay, like
and Morgan
way
Freeman?
back when.
Yeah,
way back when.
So there was a scene where Morgan Freeman was talking to his wife and he was giving examples. He's like, when a person prays for patience, God gives them the opportunity to be patient. When someone prays for courage, God will give you the opportunity to be courageous. And I was like, that's what you need to be praying about is, okay, God, you see this person has little patience.
Yes.
Help this person, give them opportunities to become a patient person.
Yes, that's right. I know that I want to be the strongest version of myself.
Yeah.
I really do. And how is strength created? When
prayer.
It's challenged.
All that too.
Like you were saying, when you've got opportunities to display it. So,
yeah.
A man of many hats. I mean, woman of many.
Well, you're a woman of many wigs.